Well, family, we're going over our time. You know, Block it up from Cape to Carol. Don't forget to subscribe. You know, this is just part two to seal up the video. Satan is error in flesh. Put away wrong in your life, everyone. Don't worry about the animals. Don't worry about nature. Don't worry. Nature's already good. It's man and woman that choose error. They make these big factories with chemicals and pour pollution into the rivers. No, you can't do that. Yeah, that's wrong. And if you do wrong, then it's gonna mess up everything. So everybody just gotta do right, and then the world will be a better place. The COVID-19 that'll disappear once we do right. If we keep doing wrong, then more plagues, more hail, more storms. Even scientists around the world predict and see these things. That the arc of error is Satan. It is the devil. It's wrong. It's evil. It's going to destroy us all. So we must put away error. We must put away Satan. Put away wrong from humanity, all nations, Chinese, Indians. You know, yeah, a European trying to take over Africa. No, that's wrong. You can't do that. Go back to Europe. A Chinese trying to invest in Africa. Why? Invest in China. Let Africans invest in Africa. Let Africa take care of Africa. We must do things right. We know Africa was invaded. Africa was put into the state it in by colonial, you know, rulers. And this ain't thousands of years ago. It's just the other day. The fight for Africa is still on, but we refuse to see these things. We refuse to take the right. We want to hold on to this wrong like nobody knows, and who knows is only a few of them. So now the plague can kill millions. Now all these storms, everything can kill because you can't do wrong and get right. Satan cannot overcome the light. Darkness cannot overcome light. It can't. Yeah, the light will always remain. Darkness may cover the light, but the light is there. And when the darkness removed, there's the light. Behind every dark cloud, it's a silver lining. Yeah, good over evil every time, light over darkness. Holy Emmanuel eyes. That's the idea. Rastafari. So now we know who's the devil. We must first look within ourselves and remove error. Error is the devil in you. If there's anything wrong that you're keeping up, if there's anything wrong that you learn you're doing wrong, let it go. Work every day to try put away that wrong. Because when you put that away, you're gonna shine your light more. And then you're gonna be able to experience a better life. Not with darkness, hurt, pain, depression, all those different stuff. So let's look within ourselves and see what we're doing wrong and let's make it right. Don't forget to subscribe again. Hit the notification button in case, when I bring new videos. Sometimes I don't bring videos consistently every day or sometimes every week. But if you have hit the notification button, every time you hit that, it'll let you know I drop a new video. Well, not drop. I don't like that word. But yeah, I put out a new video. Yes, Royal Family, but it's always nice to have ones and ones tuning in, to the reason and, reasoning with the priest. We black again from Cape to Cairo. Today, again, is a Monday fasting service in the wilderness. We give thanks once again for Rastafari, the King of all kings of the earth, the Almighty, the King of Africa, Black African in this time. We still call upon all world heads of government to do the right and remove us out of slavery, the black Africans from the 17th century slave trade. If they return the Jews, who they claim are Jews, back to the land of Palestine, and Castro returned his slaves, in them time. You know what I mean? Yeah, why can't, the European world, Queen Elizabeth, send us ships and reparation and give us freedom of movement, remove the passport and the vaccine, all these different recommendations, and allow the black man to go on freely and defend for his life. If Europe is defending for her life as a nation, let her do so freely. If China is defending for her life in this judgment, let her do so freely. If India as a nation is defending for herself, let her do so freely. Yeah, and if the Arawak Indians in the West, yeah, defending for their life, let them do so freely in this judgment. So is Africa. Let Africa so do the same. Because Africa have the longest livers. We was living in Africa before the other races were even born. All races, the European, the Chinese, the Indians, the Arawak Indians, they come out of the black woman. No other nation can make the black woman. No other nation can have a black child. But the black woman can have every child, every nation. So we know say the black race was from creation. We know how to live. And we can keep living. Yeah, because we know how to do good and how to put away evil. Black man God, Jah Rastafari, Selassie, Jah Rastafari. Give thanks for life, give thanks for the mighty life giver. Psalms 24 say the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. The world and they that dwell therein. He's a righteous God, Jah Rastafari, Selassie, Jah Rastafari. Black again. Love and life to one and all, uprightness and righteousness, goodness, good water, good food, a clean, good house, environment, good music, the bingy, the first original music of life, you know what I mean? Yeah, good fresh air, good herbs, yeah, just goodness, good friends and companionships, a good relationship with God and a good trust in the Almighty. Yeah, good means of transportation, a good relationship with animals and creatures. You know what I mean? All this is goodness. Yeah, we come to live in the goodness of God. Yeah, because God is our Father. He's first. Even from creation, we could see it was good. Yeah, life was always good. It's the era of men and women that make life bad and dark. So let us put away error this time. Most times, justify. Let's trample Satan in this time. Satan, remember, Satan is man of error. If a man don't want to come to a right, you must take him away. Yeah, we must get rid of that man of error, that man of error. Because the man of error will always bring destruction. You cannot do wrong and get right. If you baking a cake, yeah, and the cake say 2 cups of coconut oil, and you only put one, you think the cake can come out right? No, because it's wrong. So that's what Satan is, someone that continuously doing something wrong and think it's right. Queen Elizabeth, the European world, and the Roman Catholic Church, in the name of their Jesus Christ, think they can have all these Africans in the West who they brought in slavery in the 16th century, and then they could sweep that under the carpet and give us new nationalities as Bahamians, which is a slave living in the Bahamas, Jamaican, which is a slave, African slave living in Jamaica. We don't want them names. We don't want them nationality. We want the truth. The truth is we're Africans. And we only came in these parts in the West because of Queen Elizabeth and her consul and her forefathers and her foremothers. So it's up to her and her house and her children and their God, their Jesus and their Pope to come live right and come show the righteousness. Come show us the God in you. Because if you don't give us our freedom, if you don't give us our redemption, if you don't respect us as man and woman, black man and woman with intelligence, with awareness of what you've done for 400 years and still doing it. Because still in the country of the Bahamas, we have FNM and PLP, which is the divided Democratic Party that is supported by the Governor General that sits in the seat of Queen Elizabeth II. So why should black Africans still be under Queen Elizabeth ruling and Queen Elizabeth government? If we claim to be free, we know better. We grown up intelligent group of black people now. We're not like the first set of slaves that you didn't allow to read and didn't allow to go to school and didn't allow to be taught their history, their true history. I know I'm not a Bahamian. The Bahamas just started in 1965 and I was born in 1979. So how can I be a Bahamian if the nation itself just was born in 1965? My father's older than the Bahamian nation. My mother's older than the Bahamian nation. So how can my mother be a Bahamian if she was born before the Bahamas was even a nation? So who was her before the Bahamas became a nation? She was nothing? No, she was African. And she's still African. 1965 is not going to make her not an African. She changed her citizenship. She lives in a different country. She might have chose to change her nationality, and many of us didn't choose to change our nationality. We were given a nationality through our birth certificate. When we were born in their hospitals, they gave us birth certificates. They gave us slave numbers, ID numbers, to keep us in their ports, that we can't go past their ports without their permission. So that's how he was given this Bahamian nationality. Because what they say, if you don't come and collect your Bahamian passport, then you can't come out the plantation. So many people accepted the nationality as a Bahamian just to get past the port. But the trick of it, when they get past the port, they didn't understand that they were still bind to the contract of being on that plantation. So if you are African and you live in the Bahamas, and you're born in the Bahamas, and you want to leave the Bahamas, they can tell you need a passport. When you get this passport, it has to be your nationality or use a Bahamian. Which they saying you a slave born in the Bahamas. So they can give you a birth certificate, and with that birth certificate, you take that to get a passport. When you get that passport, you as a slave now could travel anywhere in the world. But you're still a Bahamian. What is a Bahamian? A Bahamian is still a possession of the Queen. So I mean, if you go live anywhere in the world, they still require you to come back to the plantation. You have to get permission from the Queen and a government in order for you to drop your nationality and choose another nationality. But as far as they're concerned, through your birth certificate, you're a possession of the Queen. So if I, as a Bahamian with a Bahamian passport, if I go live in Canada for more than 6 months, the Canadian government will come to my door and say, hey, Priest Caswell, yeah, you born in Bahamas, you have a Bahamian passport, you have a Bahamian ID. Why are you in Canada? You're not a Canadian. We have to send you back, you see, to your plantation. You have to go back to the Bahamas because that's where your birth certificate is, and that's what your passport shows us. That's the slave plantation you come from. So after 6 months, they will put you out the country. United States, the same thing. China, India. No matter where, black man, even Africa is under this colonial system. As a black African, Bahamian, if you go in Africa, certain countries in Africa, they'll tell you, no, you got to go back to the Bahamas unless, yeah. Because they see you as what your passport is, what your ID say. They don't see you as the color of your skin and your nationality, your true nationality. Which by your skin, you black, you African. So any African around the world is supposed to be able to go to Africa and just go. That's home. You black, you're African. That's your ID. But now it's a process. Yeah, true colonialism and imperialism. So in this time, we call for the Queen Elizabeth to drop all the flams. All the games they've been playing for years. Even our President Gordon King Emmanuel Charles Edwards write numerous letters to the Queen, to the United Nations. And they just ignoring. They just keep looking at his letters and throwing it to the side. And playing like they don't really understand what he's saying, or pretending like they don't really understand what he's doing. Even the Jamaican government, the Bahamas government, even the politicians. I deal with politicians every day. When I see them, they still playing like they don't know what's going on. But they know what's really happening. And that's why a judgment have to come for Satan. Remember the people of error who choose not to do the good and bring goodness to all us, but they want to choose to do wrong and bring darkness to all of us, sorrow and disease and sickness. Yeah, the evils that they created will slay them. The Bible says, evil shall slay the wicked, not the righteous. Evil don't slay the righteous. Evil shall slay the wicked, because they keeping up wickedness. So if you keep keeping up evil, you keep keeping up wrong, you keep doing things the wrong way, eventually it will kill you, it will destroy you and your children. Yeah, you could cause a whole nation to die if you're a false king and you ain't judgment doing right. How many of us notice every day the kings of the earth? President Biden at the time sitting as a king. The Arabian king, The Galvestonian kings, North Korean kings, the Russian kings. Yeah, they all just bullying around now. Who's standing for righteousness? Who's standing for the justice of all the people? Yeah. We have to look within these kings and see if they for righteousness, for good, for the better of the whole world, or if they have some other agenda of wrong that they refusing to put down. Yeah, if any leader of this world have a bad agenda, a wrong agenda, any human that have an evil agenda, please put it away from your heart. Because the evil of your own heart, your own agenda, can slay you. It can slay your family. You put everybody in danger who partake of you. You have to do things right in this earth, or you be destroyed. There's no other way to do it. Yeah, black again. Love, love, love. Reason love, no man. Love, 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 love.